So open PC builds like this one are something that have been getting a lot more popular now that more people know about them. And when I first showed you guys the X Proto, for example, I had no idea that so many of you would be a big fan of this completely open PC design. You get to see all of your hard-earned components, the thermal performance is simply unreal because there's essentially limitless airflow, and noise levels are also typically pretty low because there's no need for additional case fans. So this right here then is the best version of this open PC approach that I've seen. It's made by Streacom and it's called the DA6. For those who don't know much about Streacom, they specialize in a lot of fanless PC cases. One which we've covered previously is the DB4, which I was seriously impressed with, and they also make the very popular DA2. And I guess what I've come to know Streacom as is a company that makes very high quality products and overall just a very different approach to PC building, and that is no different here with the DA6. So a bit of an overview of what exactly we're looking at here. It's a stainless steel and aluminium open frame that you build your ITX PC inside of, and in terms of size, it's a little bit bigger than the NZXT H1 V2. It can support liquid cooling, air cooling, SFX or ATX power supplies, and of course, big 3-slot GPUs. It's a vertical sandwich layout, which most of us are familiar with at this point, and I/O can either point top or bottom depending on which side you prefer. You simply just need to flip and rotate the case. Now, although this is a layout that is fairly standard at this point, very close to the NZXT H1 in fact, you actually have an incredible amount of flexibility with where you mount things like radiators, fans, drives, water cooling hardware, and even your power supply. So you've got these massive seamless wraparound tubes that look super clean and form the bulk of the construction of the DA6, but the most interesting part are these small adjustable brackets that are mounted on each side. So let's say you want to mount an SFX power supply, for example. Well, you could just mount it in the usual spot, or you could loosen up the brackets and move it up or down a little bit depending on what suits your build better, or you could even orientate the power supply a completely different way if that's what you prefer. Or maybe if you need a ton of power, you could space out the brackets a little bit further apart and allow that area for a larger ATX unit. Another pretty good example would be radiator mounting, and there the options are virtually endless. I mean, you are limited to a 280mm rad per side, but if you want to run a smaller 120 or 140mm rad, that wouldn't be a problem, and you've got a ton of different options of where exactly you would mount it. And that flexibility would really shine when it comes to custom liquid cooling with different sized GPU blocks, different pump and reservoir mounting, and not to mention you'll have this seriously premium open frame to display all of that hardware and tubing. So custom liquid cooling would no doubt be absolutely unreal in the DA6, but Streacom's vision is actually to stick with air cooling. They think that is probably going to be the best route for most people. You'll get supremely low idle noise levels because there's just no need to worry about pumps or anything like that, and the approach to cooling will just be very, very simple. Now, on the note of air cooling for the CPUs, you can go with a 100mm tall CPU cooler, and that'll kind of fit flush with the side panel on the outside. But realistically, I kind of think that going with something a little bit bigger looks a bit more interesting, and obviously your performance would be a bit better there as well. There really is no limit to how big of a cooler that you go with here. I've got the Noctua NHU12S installed, which I think is about 155mm or so. And yeah, I actually think it looks pretty interesting. There's also no reason something like a Noctua NHD15 wouldn't fit. Really, the only restriction with these big coolers that you'll run into is whether they can actually be mounted onto the motherboard that you're installing. On many recent ITX motherboards, the VRM and M.2 heatsink will get in the way of the heat pipes. That's exactly what I ran into here with the Z490i Strix, so definitely something to double check. As for GPU support, the DA6 can support 3-slot cards up to 324mm, but what I have here is a prototype before Streacom actually start production, and the GPU fitment here is a little bit tighter than I expected. The RTX 3090 FE, for example, comes in at 314mm in length and fits here pretty fine and does have a few mils left over, but then the 6700 XT ROG Strix is 318mm and is pretty much the max that you can install. So hopefully this is something that Streacom nail for the final model though, because fitting these massive cards is pretty much non-negotiable, and if the Strix is the max here, then cards like the Gaming X Trio and the Gigabyte Eagle will not fit. Now, something that we definitely need to talk about here regarding these completely open PC builds is something that can either make or break this entire aesthetic, and that is cable management. I mean, it's nice to be able to show off that shiny new RTX 3080, but all of those cables and wiring will be on full display as well. I think the sleeved cables that come with the Corsair SF750 look okay, but personally, if this was a system that I was going to have it sitting on my desk, I would definitely put some money aside for some custom cables. Cable Mod, for example, they use a much more premium sleeving material, one which is a little bit tighter, but more importantly, you can customize the length of each individual cable so that you don't run into what we have here, which is just a bunch of excess cable mess. These custom cables are a bit pricey, but in my opinion, it is well worth the labor that goes into them, and especially if you're putting together an expensive build anyway, it is at least something to consider. Now, on the flip side of this, one of my favorite things about this open PC building approach is the thermal performance, because with an open PC build, your thermals will just be better than any closed PC case that you can think of. In any PC case, no matter how good the thermals and the mesh and ventilation is, the ambient temperature inside the case will always be warmer than what is outside of the case. So all of that air that's going to your components is going to be a little bit warmer than what we have here, which is essentially the coolest air possible running through those heat sinks. Now, with the 30 series Founders Edition cards, there will be a little bit of restriction. Basically, just make sure that there's as much of a gap as possible between the flow-through fan and the power supply. And also do note that the blower fan will be exhausting directly down at the floor or table. Now, despite that, the thermal performance here for the 3090 FE is about the same as what I would get from an open test bench. It's extremely good for a 350 watt plus card, full boost here with low fan RPMs and noise levels. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the Streacom DA6 for now. All in all, it's one of the most interesting cases that I've seen so far, and in my opinion, it's the best approach to this open PC design without side panels. Now at this point, I'm going to start brainstorming some overkill liquid cooled builds with this thing, because I think that would be super interesting, but there is a lot to think about in terms of parts and mounting options. So personally, I'd love to know your thoughts on this one down below, and Streacom as well would love to know your thoughts as well. Since this is a prototype, it is also CNC, it is fairly easy to iterate on, and the final model has not been completed yet. It will be coming soon, they said end of April. Not sure on pricing, but they just really want to make this thing as good as it can possibly be. So if you have any interesting thoughts, comments, improvements that you could possibly make to the DA6, please feel free to list those down below. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed. As always, a huge thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.